Mike, thank you very much for agreeing to do this interview. I just wanted to learn a little bit about, or discuss a little bit about the background to this job evaluation project. In particular, why did you undertake this project?
I suppose I'd first of all talk about further education as a whole. Like the whole of the public sector, we operate in challenging times. Indeed, a year ago, the National Audit Office published a report questioning the future sustainability of FE. At the same time, as a college, we have an ongoing responsibility to ensure value for taxpayers' money. And while growing efficiencies ensure that we have a growing effectiveness as well. And so it's vital that we continue to protect provision within our community and safeguard the investment of public money. So that's a national context, if you like, to deliver that. Coming into a college that I think looking at the future sustainability of it and understanding that we needed to ensure that we were benchmarking against the sector, the norms, having carried out that benchmarking, realising that there was some movement and some changes that needed to happen. And I suppose we were looking at the project as a means of how do we undertake a review of our bandings in a fair and equitable way, and making sure that we sort of tied into that in the correct manner with the support of staff and board.
Yes, yes. And on that subject of finance, I mean, presumably we know that there's been a lot of colleges not doing terribly well. I mean, is it true to say that one of the reasons for doing pay and grading was to ensure the future viability almost of the college in some senses?
Yeah, absolutely. Every college is struggling with those financial challenges. However, I wouldn't say that job evaluation is purely a means with which to set out in terms of saving money for the college. Nonetheless, when you realise that there are sort of inequities within your present banding structure, maybe because it's built up historically over a number of years without job evaluation being done, yes, you recognise that actually this is one where we have to sort of assess our the affordability of what we're offering, and actually how staff would actually fit into that across the board and secure a sustainable college moving forward in terms of pay scales.
Yes, yes. And you clearly were, central to the success of this project by providing your sponsorship for this project. Can you describe a little of your sponsorship of this project?
Well, as the chief exec of the organisation, working with the senior team, I think it was ensuring that board were on side as well and understanding the importance of this. I think, in my role as chief executive, it's also about bringing the whole staff body on side, making sure that we have the support of the trade unions within that as well. We recognise that there were sort of inherent risks in the previous sort of structures, so I feel that as chief exec, by supporting it from the top, we were able to ensure a common approach across the organisation through the senior team and through sort of line management responsibilities. And I've been more than happy with how Pilat has actually conducted that and actually sort of gone through that process. I think the communication between yourselves and us has been first rate. I sort of feel that has been quite key to keep me informed as chief exec in terms of how that is progressing, albeit through my assistant principal for HR. And I suppose that gave me the confidence that things were progressing in the right way. Those updates were quite invaluable through that process. It is intensive. It isn't something you go into lightly. And I think that was important to ensure the success of it, which I think on the whole it was. It wasn't without its challenges within that. You don't go into this lightly, but I think if you reflect back on this, considering what else the college was going through as well at the time in terms of restructure and everything else, it's remarkable how pain-free it was in the end and how effective it's been able to be implemented.
Yes, yes, and the timelines were pretty tight.
Yes.
And, you know, Becky, your HR director, had some clear milestones that she had to achieve. So it was not an easy task to bring in that time frame.
No, indeed. I think we were quite demanding of what we wanted from that. But I think you understood that the timelines were quite key for us to be able to. We work in academic years. We had in terms of the results from the job evaluation, but then implementing it as well. But we were pleased that with your support we were able to deliver on that.
Yes, and you've also introduced new contracts of employment, I understand.
Yes, those were introduced with. We had some challenges with the unions within that. Indeed, an element of a dispute between the unions and ourselves. But with the support of ACAS, we've brought that to a successful conclusion. And we were very pleased that we were able to resolve that before the end of the academic year. So hence we're able to start this academic year sort of afresh without risk of strike action, which we certainly don't want at the beginning of an academic year.
No, no. Well, thank you very much indeed for your support, and I wish you the best for the future.
No, thank you, and thank you for your support in carrying out the exercise and supporting us in the implementation. It's been valuable. Thank you.